Good afternoon and welcome to our June meeting. I'll do the roll call now. Regent Acker.
Present.
Regent Beam.
Here.
Regent Brown.
Here.
Regent Hubbard.
Here.
Regent Illich.
Present.
Regent Weiser.
Here.
Regent White.
Here.
Regent Bernstein will call in later. We have a very full agenda today, including the presentation of budgets for all three campuses. Our June meeting also brings a transition in board leadership. Today is the final meeting with Regent Acker as our chair. I want to thank him for his leadership during a most unusual year. I've appreciated his counsel over the past several months and his commitment to keeping our university moving forward. Jordan, thank you. Succeeding Regent Acker will be Regent Brown, who will chair his first meeting in July. It's quite fitting that our meeting next month will be in Northern Michigan, where Regent Brown grew up and where his family has made such an impact through the decades. As a reminder, our July meeting will be on the 21st of July in St. Ignace, making it the first ever gathering of the Board of Regents in the Upper Peninsula. Paul, I look forward to continuing to work with you over the next several months. I'd also like to acknowledge Regent Illich, who recently was voted one of Metro Detroit's top philanthropists by readers of our Detroit magazine. Denise, thank you for your spirit of generosity. I also understand that you would like to make a comment.
Yes, I'd like to acknowledge Regent Acker. Regent Acker was a regent for 1.5 years when he assumed the role of chair of the board. We want to thank him for his extraordinary leadership and service, and especially during a most difficult year of unprecedented multiple crises. As Queen Elizabeth said, it was annus horribilis, but that did not deter Chair Acker. He grabbed the bull by the horns and rode every bump with grace and calm. We thank him for his integrity, his sense of fairness, and commitment to doing the right thing, even when it's hard. His deep empathy and emotional intelligence was key during this unprecedented last year. He's an excellent listener to all and very committed to the truth of the matter. He was available at all times, made countless calls, and worked many hours to guide and assist the administration, help on various matters, and handle situations decisively. Jordan has been a strong advocate for survivors and change in the misconduct area. He also is a huge fan and passionate about athletics and a strident supporter and advocate for our student athletes, our athletic director, our coaches, and our entire program. I am proud to work with him as a colleague and privileged to have him as a friend. Chair Acker, also known as Girl Dad by some of us, has been exemplary in his leadership and service to the University of Michigan. Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you, Regent Illich. Thank you. Some 28 months ago, the university and the country began to shut down because of the coronavirus. Since February 2020, people have worked to keep our campus communities safe and informed. At the core of this effort has been the Campus Health Response Committee and a team of experts dedicated to the well-being of students, faculty, staff, and patients. COVID is still with us, but we have relaxed many of our measures and are adapting to various health protocols going forward. As we transition to a new public health structure on campus, I want to express our profound gratitude to the individuals you see here on the screen. And so you see the photos there. Dr. Rob Ernst has served as director of the CHRC for the past 2 years, and today we are asking for approval for his appointment as the university's chief health officer. For 25 years, he has committed himself to campus health, public health, and medical administration. Dr. Ernst will succeed Dr. Preeti Malani, who has served as our Chief Health Officer since 2017. I am confident that she never expected the challenges all of us would face, yet she never wavered in guaranteeing the health and well-being of the campus. As she concludes her role, she will become a special advisor to the President on public health matters. Drs. Milani and Ernst are with us today, and I'd like them to stand so that we can extend our deepest gratitude to them. So please stand, both of you. Regent Acker, I understand you have a report as board chair.
Yes. Thank you, President Coleman. As this is my last meeting as chair of this board, I want to reflect quickly on the previous year and the challenges for the year ahead. While our Constitution is clear that general oversight and budgetary concerns are the most important roles of the regents, perhaps the most important is one not stated: to leave the university a better place than you found it. Making this so has been especially difficult this year. In fact, despite the COVID outbreak that defined 2019, 2020, and 2020-21, this may have been the most difficult academic year in the modern history of our institution. Our university has had to reckon with both a difficult present and an even more difficult past. The monstrous behavior of Dr. Anderson, combined with the failures to excise that monster from our midst, and then the removal of the previous president and the turmoil such an action brings. And yet today I could not be more optimistic for the next year and what it will bring. The first person deserving a thank you for this past year is the captain who stepped in when the boat needed to be stabilized, President Mary Sue Coleman. I thought I had an appreciation for our president when I was a student here, in the years following as I saw how Michigan continued under her leadership. But her work this year has been nothing short of extraordinary. Indeed, the word that really strikes me to describe what she's given this year is not just leadership, but deep, enduring, and abiding wisdom. In the coming days and weeks, this institution will name a new president. This person will be in a far better position to succeed because of the work of Mary Sue Coleman. Thank you. When we talk about what issue we've made the most progress on this year, it is undoubtedly sexual misconduct. Over 2 years ago, we learned of the horrific behavior of Drs. Anderson and Filbert in successive weeks. In the case of Anderson, we've had to reckon with the uncomfortable and devastating fact, because many of the abuses and yes, failures were taken by people who are no longer living, our survivors may not get the closure that they need. And while we have a long way to go, we've made tremendous progress in this reckoning. I'm proud of the fact that the board listened to survivors of both of these abusers and from survivors from other institutions, brought in Guidepost Solutions and their exceptional team after the reporting of Wilmer Hale to help guide us in the early days and months of this healing process. With their help, as well as the help of our internal team, we've made significant progress in a short amount of time. My immediate predecessor, Denise Illich, deserves immense credit for beginning this important work, and I'm thrilled to have picked up the baton to continue it. Guideposts work, which is summarized in a report that was posted earlier today on the Regents website, shows how far we've come. Guidepost Solutions noted that all of their recommendations have been implemented, implementation is in progress, or alternatives to address the recommendations are being implemented. And the university has made significant progress on these important issues. They also noted that work on this journey will continue, and I agree. As Guidepost stated, quote, "The pace of these developments reflects the university's commitment to this area. We've made 2 years of progress, but let's be clear. This is a decades-long cultural issue which got us to this point. It will take years, not months, to get our culture to where it must be. We must continue to seek policy change and cultural change, including independent reporting channels and oversight, and yes, an independent office that reports to the board. Finally, I want to thank my colleagues for their deep commitment to the institution this year. At many moments, it has not been easy, but your deep love for the University of Michigan has made this year one of tremendous growth for the school. The next few years will be groundbreaking for this institution because of your leadership. But I could not end this without thanking the people who keep me going the most. my wife Lauren, and yes, my girls, Jenna, Mimi, and Sydney, who I hope are watching on Zoom right now. Probably not though. It's hot out, and it's the first day of summer. I know that there's been lots of late nights and early mornings with meetings stretching all day and in between. Sometimes I've thanked you, not enough, in Zingerman's corned beef sandwiches. I hope I've made you proud, and I could not do so without your endless love and support. Thank you.
Thank you, Acker. Thank you. I really appreciate the board's leadership on this critical issue. I too want to say I'm impressed and pleased with the changes that have been made. Many people across campus have committed themselves to improving and strengthening our environment, and that work will, of course, continue. In the coming weeks, we will share a comprehensive look at all we have done as an institution related to how we combat and respond to sexual misconduct. Regent Hubbard, I understand that you have an update on the presidential search.
Just a brief update. We continue to be on track to complete the search for a new president this summer. Expect to have an announcement sometime soon. The interest is very high. We're interviewing a diverse pool of candidates, and we thank the Presidential Search Committee for their time and commitment to this important work. Everybody has really put in a lot of time and a lot of hard work. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Regent Hubbard. With the university's fiscal year wrapping up at the end of this month, our agenda today includes the annual budget presentations and our request for Regent's approval. These budgets represent every facet of the university enterprise across all three campuses, the health system, and athletics. They also represent our priorities and values as an institution. We're investing in the academic and research programs that make us the country's top public university. We're providing additional resources for student engagement and well-being so that our students can respond to the challenges they face and achieve their fullest potential. We're offering compensation programs for our faculty and staff, as well as student employees that ensure we attract and retain the most talented individuals. We're increasing support of students on all three of our campuses, and Chancellors Duda and Grasso will share more details shortly for Flint and Dearborn. For Ann Arbor, because of our continued investment in need-based financial aid, 1/4 of our in-state undergraduate students will pay no tuition, and the majority will not see an increase in what they pay for tuition. The rate increase for those who can afford it will allow us to continue offering the critical financial aid programs that ensure the university is accessible to all. This investment is a big reason why Money Magazine recently recognized the University of Michigan as the top value in the entire nation. That's number one among more than 2,400 institutions they evaluated. Our budget presentations will begin with our Ann Arbor campus, and I turn now to Provost Lori McCauley. Lori?
Thank you, President Coleman. I'm pleased to present the fiscal year 23 general fund budget for the Ann Arbor campus. This is a budget that highlights our continual efforts to strive for academic excellence with thoughtful fiscal management. Through this budget, we see reflected our long-standing priorities of academic excellence and affordability, partnered with our dedication to uphold the value of a U of M education. This requires strategic investments to support our people, to preserve and advance the excellence of our academic programs, and to provide need-based financial aid. It was developed with careful input, guidance, and counsel from many across campus, including our board members. A commitment to our people is the cornerstone of the fiscal year 23 budget, and I look forward to describing more of how we are allocating resources to better support the faculty, staff, and students who make U of M the institution that it is. The 23 budget makes a profound investment in the faculty and staff of the university, those most responsible for supporting the excellence, mission, and the infrastructure of U of M. This investment acknowledges the deep commitment these individuals make to our students and community through their efforts in providing world-class education, innovative and groundbreaking research, and supporting outreach efforts across the state, nation, and our world. These investments include initiatives in culture change and organizational learning. Recognizing our need to maintain a competitive edge in a challenging hiring environment, the fiscal year 23 budget allows us to mount merit programs for faculty and staff. This budget also includes an increase of the minimum wage to $15 per hour for all employees, completing the change to minimum wage standards that began in 2022. This change will assure that all employees, including students and temporary staff, are compensated in a manner consistent with the institutional values, regardless of how many hours they work for the university. Also included in the budget are the contracted increases for our bargained for employees. The 23 budget continues our crucial focus on our students to assure their success, engagement, and well-being. For example, the proposed budget includes support for community college students in the humanities who aim to transfer to Ann Arbor. This Transfer Bridges program allows students to engage with U of M opportunities and receive advising and mentoring as they prepare for the next stage of their education. The budget also increases key advising staff and success specialists, helping fill gaps, supporting academic success and satisfaction, and connecting students to the rich array of opportunities and services on our campus. We are adding staff to augment the safety planning for many students who pursue U of M's global opportunities by studying abroad. This budget also renews support for Living Arts Engine, a successful North Campus learning community that unites students across schools and colleges in collaborative and interdisciplinary work. This budget also supports our sustainability and carbon neutrality goals through the expansion of our Planet Blue Ambassador Program, which trains participants to educate their campus peers in sustainability. These ambassadors will help launch a new app to encourage and track positive sustainable actions taken by students. We care deeply about the well-being of our students, and this budget reflects the priority by providing resources to sustain access to counseling and psychiatric services. The budget also funds increased access to a program called Mental Health First Aid, which equips faculty, staff, and students with more tools to identify and help students who may be struggling. U of M stands as one of the world's leading teaching and research universities. We take seriously our responsibility to preserve the university's stature through investments that promote innovation, foster excellence, and benefit society. One of our exciting new degree programs is associated with our new robotics department in the College of Engineering. It is the first robotics department among the nation's top 10 engineering schools and brings together the incredible breadth of robotics expertise across our campus. We look forward to welcoming students into a dynamic, creative, interdisciplinary program supported by our top faculty and world-class facilities. We invest to ensure that research continues to flourish on our campus as we explore intellectual frontiers and seek knowledge and solutions that benefit society. Among our fiscal year 23 investments is the Bold Challenges initiative. Bold Challenges aims to integrate social and technical sciences from across the University of Michigan to address societal challenges that intersect equity, health, infrastructure, and sustainability. This aligns U of M's campus strengths with national and global priorities. Focus areas include the reuse of construction demolition waste into new buildings and increasing democratic decision-making in energy infrastructure development. We foster public access to universities and expertise. In fiscal 23, the College of LS&A will launch its Intend to Attend outreach program. This program builds on the highly successful e-coaching and gameful learning technologies we've developed for our college students and adapts them for high school students. These resources will help high school students across Michigan better prepare for college, whether their aspirations include U of M or other institutions. We're also pleased that this budget supports important infrastructure upgrades at the University of Michigan Biological Station, our 10,000-acre facility at Douglas Lake. In this cross-disciplinary interactive community, students, faculty, and researchers from around the globe come together to learn about the natural world and seek solutions to the critical environmental challenges of our time. The biostation is one of the many examples of U of M resources where our teaching, research, and outreach missions intersect. The university's strategic attention to efficiency and cost containment is critical in the fiscal year 23 budget. We streamline our operations by discontinuing lower priority activities and finding more efficient ways to continue our most essential services. We are grateful to U of M's generous donors who help us to relieve general fund expenses while providing support to enhance our excellence. Key additional strategies are increasing our offerings of online and alternative start programs. These leverage our existing academic capacity to extend opportunities to more students without requiring large investments in campus infrastructure. Across campus, we're finding that some of the measures we adopted to meet the budget challenges posed by COVID-19 have presented ongoing opportunities to operate more efficiently. U of M's focus on access and affordability is unwavering. The budget recommendation continues our commitment to provide all in-state students with a financial aid package that meets 100% of demonstrated financial aid need. This aid allows 61% of in-state students to pay less than full tuition and 25% pay no tuition. The budget includes continued funding for programs such as the Go Blue Guarantee and Wolverine Pathways. Our financial aid commitments ensure that a U of M degree remains in reach for all families in Michigan. The fiscal year 23 budget recommendation includes a 5% increase in the central undergraduate aid budget to ensure that we can cover our commitments for all who qualify for the Go Blue Guarantee and other need-based aid. The budget also includes aid for non-resident families with need to support the university's commitment to assure a broad and diverse student body. All students benefit from investments in academic excellence. For this reason, the budget recommends a lower division undergraduate tuition increase of $558 a year, 3.4%, for in-state students who do not receive aid. The increase for out-of-state undergraduate students would be 3.9%. Tuition for most graduate programs would increase 3.9%. A limited number of differential increases are also recommended for specific programs. These increases allow us to make strategic investments in excellence while meeting our increased costs. It's important to reiterate that our aid policies mean that all in-state undergraduates receiving need-based aid will experience no net increase in tuition costs from this rate increase. In our budget summary, we want to express our gratitude for U of M's annual support from the state. This support is critical to our budget, and increases in appropriations are typically allocated to help the university to meet mandatory and inflationary cost increases, which have been considerable in the past year. At this time, the fiscal year 23 state appropriation has not been determined, and there are large differences between the executive and legislative funding recommendations. We've modeled a 3% appropriation as a midpoint of the proposals. The proposed general fund budget for the Ann Arbor campus is balanced, and it is aimed to strengthen the academic programs, support initiatives that provide students with an excellent and engaged education, and provide support, including strong financial aid and mental health services that help to ensure our students will succeed. Balancing quality and affordability is challenging, and yet it's also the key to our success as an institution. We're proud to be recognized for meeting this challenge. As President Coleman mentioned, last month Money Magazine ranked the University of Michigan first for best in value among more than 2,000 universities. This ranking considered the quality of a U of M education, outcomes after graduation, and affordability. We scored high on all measures, but most especially on affordability. This is a welcome validation of our efforts. In summary, this budget reflects the collective commitment of faculty, staff, and leadership across the university at all levels. This budget protects the value of a U of M degree through a combined commitment to academic excellence, affordability, and financial stewardship. Again, I would like to thank our faculty, staff, and you, our board members, for your steadfast commitment to uphold the excellence of this world-class institution. I would also like to thank Amy Dittmar and her outstanding budget team, as well as everyone in the Office of Budget and Planning for their tireless efforts to develop this budget. Let me also take this opportunity to congratulate Senior Vice Provost Dittmar for being named the next provost of Rice University. We will miss her here. We will miss her here and know she'll do fabulous things for Rice and higher ed in general in her new role. Thank you, President Coleman.
Thank you, Provost McCauley. I understand that some regents wish to comment. Regent Beam.
Thank you, President Coleman. As Provost McCauley pointed out in her presentation, I think it's important to just notice that for the last decade, our budget includes enough additional financial aid dollars each year so that most undergraduates from the state of Michigan will see no increase in out-of-pocket tuition costs. This includes more than 90% of students from families who earn less than $125,000 in annual income. I think that's quite an accomplishment that needs to be pointed out.
Yeah. Remarkable. Any other board members wish to comment? Regent Brown?
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for all the hard work you did on this budget. I know it's one of the biggest projects at the university, and I want to thank Amy Dittmar again for her service to this university. It's made a huge impact both on this university and the state, and you were always a great help to myself and all the members of the board. A couple things I want to point out about this budget. I say this every year after the budget, that I am not a tuition hawk, I'm an affordability hawk. And it's no secret that what our tuition really is, our system, is a progressive system. And that really goes to the affordability issue. This budget is allowing us, as many of you have advocated for, and I actually ran on, and we got part of the way there, a $15 minimum wage for all of the employees at the University of Michigan. And I hope, as in many things, the university will be a leader in this in our society and help change society and bringing all of our employees up to that very minimal level. And lastly, the university has always done a great job for those families with the fewest means, but it's oftentimes what we consider the middle class families that get squeezed. in this budget, again, makes a huge impact in providing the resources that those families that find themselves in those circumstances, the support they need to make sure that every student, especially in-state student, can come to the University of Michigan. So thank you, staff.
Thank you. Thank you, Regent Acker.
President Coleman, as frequently happened on the campaign trail, Regent Brown stole all of the words out of my mouth. So I don't have much to add other than I believe that the $15 minimum wage is a really important milestone for our university. And I look forward to continuing to pay a fair and living wage to our employees. Thank you. And
Thank you.
look forward to voting yes.
Thank you. Regent Hubbard?
Yeah, continuing on that, I believe fiscal responsibility is incredibly important to the university, and I really do appreciate the efforts to save $30 million out of the budget and keeping this tuition increase well below our projected rate of inflation. Less than half of that is a significant accomplishment, and hopefully one we can continue to do and have done for the last 3 years. And for that reason, I'm going to support it.
Great, great. Okay. Thank you very much. We now go to next thing. Vice President Harmon is going to talk about the Ann Arbor housing and budget fees.
Thank you, President Coleman. Good afternoon, Regents.
Budget.
I have several recommendations and action requests to share with you today. First, university housing, residence halls, and Northwood community apartment rates. The overall proposed room and board rate increase for Michigan housing is 4.6%. This proposed increase includes support for expenditures related to deferred maintenance and continuing support for operating expenses. Second, the University Health Service fee. The University Health Service recommends renewal of the health service fee at $209.74 per student per term for FY23. This represents a 2.2% change from the current fee, which will allow for several vital initiatives, including the establishment of a chief mental health officer and additional vendor-based counseling services that will expand weekend and evening support. Third, fee assessments for central student government, student legal services, and school and college governments. I recommend the approval of the following fees for 2022-2023. $8.50 per student per term for student legal services, and $1.50 per student per term for the school and college governments. Student Life believes that student legal services will have sufficient resources for FY23 under the current fee structure, and we believe the school and college government organizations are also adequately funded. I also recommend the approval of the fee of $11.19 per student per term for the central student government. This year, CSG believes the current fee structure will no longer provide adequate funding for the coming fiscal year, and request a $2 increase per student per term. The CSG fee plays an integral role in enabling CSG to improve the student experience through an inclusive process that enables direct allocations to student organizations. Student Life continues to encourage recognized student organizations to apply for funding during CSG's open and fair process, which is equitable. The full policy is outlined on their website. With continued support from the board, CSG can strengthen its role to provide valuable resources and accommodate the needs of a diverse student population. Thank you.
Any other questions about the Ann Arbor budgets? Next, we'll hear from Chancellor Dutta on the Flint budget.
At U of M Flint, we are committed to supporting the success of students, faculty, and staff while prioritizing affordability and accessibility. So I'm pleased to present some highlights from the U of M Flint's general fund budget for fiscal year 23. Please note, last year we had a 0% undergraduate increase. We are third lowest amongst the 15 publics. This year, we propose a 3.7% increase in undergraduate in-state tuition and an $85 increase in fees for a total tuition and fee increase of 4.9%. It's important that I point out the $85 fee increase at U of M Flint includes a health fee for health services, a fee for health services. For the first time, all undergraduates at U of M Flint will have access to health services through a partnership with UHS in Ann Arbor. We are very thankful for that. This fee is supported fully by our student government. And the remainder of the fee is for IT, the technology fee, so to speak, which is increasing for the first time in 10 years. For graduate tuition, we propose a 4.5% increase in tuition and fees. Let me also share with you the room and board rates that we are proposing. Again, U of M Flint is the second lowest amongst the publics in room and board. This year, we are proposing a 5% increase for the 2 residence halls we have. The meal plan rates, however, will increase only by 2%. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions or comments on the Flint budget? Next, I'm sorry,
I'm sorry,
Chancellor Duddock, did you have an addition?
Yes. I do want to mention that we at U of M Flint are also increasing the hourly rates to $15 for all employees, including the temporary employees.
Thank you. Next, we'll hear from Chancellor Grasso on the Dearborn budget.
Thank you, President Coleman. The proposed 22-23 general fund budget for U of M Dearborn aligns with our campus mission and strategic plan and reflects an expected 1% increase in enrollment. Approximately 95% of our state appropriation is targeted towards financial aid. The proposed undergraduate tuition and fee increase for lower division residents is targeted to be 3.6%, or an increase of $252 per term. The proposed undergraduate tuition and fee increase for non-resident students at the lower division is 5.5%, or an increase of $768 per term. The proposed graduate tuition and fee increase for graduate resident students is 5.6%, or $480 per term, and non-residents 5.5%, or $844 per term. Also incorporated into the proposed FY23 operating budget for Dearborn are funds to support projected costs for contractual, faculty and staff wage increases, a minimum wage increase, a campus merit program, and other various inflationary increases. We have adopted a $15 minimum wage for all permanent employees and are on track for a $15 minimum wage for temporary employees phased in over 2 years. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions or comments on the Dearborn budget? David Miller, Dr. David Miller, President of the U of M Health System, will present the budget recommendation for the health system.
Thank you, President Coleman and members of the Board of Regents. Thank you. Thank you very much for the opportunity to present University of Michigan Health's fiscal year 23 operating plan on behalf of our extraordinary employees who have once again navigated a year filled with unprecedented change and disruption in the healthcare industry. Together, we've succeeded in rising to these challenges by clarifying our priorities. Our care teams have committed to achieving clinical and operational excellence by building our base at University of Michigan Health. Building our base, or BASE, reflects our focus on a set of strategic priorities, including belonging, access, safety and quality of care, and experience for our patients and our team members. This base framework provides for our teams every day a direction and focus that allows us to continue delivering safe, kind, innovative, and exemplary care despite the disruptions introduced by the pandemic and many other external factors. In support of our mission of advancing health to serve Michigan and the world, We are also focusing on achieving strategic growth and positive human impact through partnerships with the communities we serve and other health systems in the state. This focus on our priorities has driven our impact and our success during the last year, despite the many challenges. We've enhanced a sense of belonging in our organization through events like the Office for Health Equity and Inclusion's Youth Summit, where diverse middle school students received exposure to the care provided at University of Michigan Health with the goal of inspiring the next generation of healthcare leaders. We've improved access to care through innovative programs, including our care at home programs that are allowing many patients to receive for the first time clinical services in the comfort of their homes. We're advancing safety and quality through our sepsis program, where our teams are collaborating across the organization to identify earlier and administer life-saving interventions for patients with severe infections. And our focus on experience is illustrated as an example by the We Are Better Together program at Children and Women's Hospital. In our large and complex organization, programs like We Are Better Together emphasize inclusivity and teamwork and engagement among a smaller community that we believe translates into better outcomes for our patients and a better experience for our teams. And this focus on our priority will drive our future success and our sustainability and our commitment to investing in our patients, our teams, our academic and clinical programs in our communities. Reflected in our fiscal year 23 operating plan is a sustained focus to this concept of building our base with belonging, access, safety, and quality and experience at the core of everything we're doing. We will also continue to grow and enhance our community partnerships, including our emphasis on health equity. In turn, these efforts will allow us to preserve the financial sustainability that's necessary to invest in our mission. At the heart of all these efforts, though, is the extraordinary care provided to our patients and our communities. As we continue to hopefully emerge from the pandemic in fiscal year 23, this figure illustrates some of the projected clinical activity in the health system. We anticipate that in fiscal year 23, inpatient discharges and surgical procedures will begin to approximate pre-pandemic levels. In the ambulatory care setting, we anticipate actually exceeding pre-pandemic levels. We're estimating more than 3 million outpatient visits in the next fiscal year. But I want to emphasize that more than just numbers, this figure reflects the life-changing care that's provided every single day by our teams for patients from every single community in the state. Consistent with our commitment to growth, investment in our clinical, educational, and research programs, and in our teams and in our communities, our projected financial results for fiscal year 22 include an operating margin of 4.2%, or $233 million. Our plan for fiscal year 23 anticipates an operating margin of 4.1%, or slightly greater than $240 million. Looking back, our performance in fiscal year 22 reflects University of Michigan Health's expertise, teamwork, and steadfast focus on achieving our strategic priorities. Looking forward, in the next fiscal year, we will once again face a complex, dynamic, and ever-changing environment in healthcare. But we will rise to this challenge again. By focusing on our base priorities, we will emerge from the pandemic in these challenging times. When we combine this with strong clinical partnerships, this focus will allow us to achieve financial performance that ensures continued investment in our teams, in our clinical, academic, and educational programs, in our patients, and in our communities. I'll close by expressing my deep and sincere gratitude and admiration for every one of our team members at University of Michigan Health. Your courage, expertise, commitment to advancing health to serve Michigan and the world is extraordinary. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments on the UMHS budget? Athletic Director Ward Manuel will present the budget for the athletic department.
Members of the board, President Coleman, colleagues, and guests, thank you for the opportunity to come up here and talk about our budget and talk about the year. I am standing before you as the proudest I've ever been in a group of people. 2 years of going through ups and downs of whether we'll play or not play, masking, testing, doing all the things that we all have done. And to come out and to see what you're about to see in terms of their performance is simply amazing. Academically, we set these records, and as someone who started in 1994 at Georgia Tech in academics, never seen it. The number of academic all Big Ten, we have roughly 940 student athletes. So more than half are recognized because of their athletic and their academics in combination. 701 of 940 student athletes either had 2 consecutive semesters of a 3.0 or a cumulative GPA of a 3.0 or higher. It's just remarkable, and I can't, in what is that, 28 years of working in this industry, to be able to, I just beam every time I say it, because on top of that, we have this. We have student athletes who, in 2004, we set a record with 11 conference championships. This year, we had 13. 13 championships, and I'll highlight a couple. Obviously, when you look at football, first since 2004, Angelique, is that correct? 2004? Thank you. Hey, look, media asks me a lot of questions. I need to ask them questions sometimes, We had, when you look at wrestling, first time in 49 years winning the Big Ten championship. Women's golf, first ever Big Ten championship. And as an ode to Marshall, men's and women's tennis, I think this is the first time that both have won a championship. And then obviously baseball in what they did at the end of the season. And I'm sorry to see Coach Bakich go, but he left us much better than he found us. And then you look at nationally how we finished. Where the numbers are on the right is our finish nationally in terms of the program. And the final Learfield Cup is not in, but there are a couple of universities that had some amazing runs in the spring that may have edged us out. So we finished 3rd last year and may finish in that position, if not 2, maybe 3 this year, depending on the outcomes. But as you can see, all of the success that our student athletes have had. And I do thank this board. I do thank President Coleman and my colleagues for the support. That which you have seen could not have been done without your support and your encouragement to keep moving through, particularly when 2 years ago I presented a budget that had, I think, a $60 million deficit. And you guys were there for us, were there for this entire university. But as I represent athletics, I speak towards the support of athletics in this case. What I can show you is that our budget this year will come out, and we had the ability to zero it out. Our operating revenue was above what we had projected. I give credit to my CFO, Andra Creeves, to my staff, to our coaches, to our student athletes for doing the due diligence on the expense side. But what this helped us do was to use reserves to pay off a bulk of the loan we were going to get for the deficit, and to put money towards paying off the rest of our deficit. So we, 2 years after projecting a significant deficit to you, we have zero deficit, and we move forward. And I give credit again to Andra, her staff, and to everybody in athletics for doing the due diligence to get that done. Next year, we're going to project a $201 million budget, biggest ever in our history. We have an 8th home game. That helps a lot, and we're thankful to our fans for their support to make that happen. But we have some increases, as you saw. The financial aid will increase. Our support of academic awards, which are now allowed, is going to be new for next year for our student athletes. We're working through that. And then you can see team and game expenses will increase, and our salaries and wages will also increase slightly. So that is our budget. Thank you again for your support, and go Blue.
Thank you, Ward. It really was a golden year for athletics. Any comments or questions about the athletics budget? Executive Vice President Jeff Chattis will conclude with the overall revenue and expenditure operating budgets.
The next item is a request for approval for the fiscal year 2023 summary consolidated institutional operating budget in the amount of $11.3 billion. This budget demonstrates an ability to cover planned operating expenses, including merit salary programs, targeted strategic investments and mission activities, debt service, and contributions to capital projects. Supporting qualitative and quantitative considerations include outstanding reputation of the academic and research enterprise, stellar student demand profile, and we just heard athletics, so I'll add that as well, diversified revenue base, robust fundraising, strong balance sheet to support operations, high quality campus facilities, and the recently reaffirmed bond ratings of AAA by both Moody's and Standard & Poor's. I recommend approval of this budget for fiscal year 2023.
Thank you. And I understand that Regent Illich has a comment that she'd like to make. Regent Illich?
Yes, thank you, President Coleman. The University of Michigan Board of Regents have raised tuition on Michigan students and families for the last 38 years, which I understand will soon be 39. This continual increasing has limited opportunities for middle and working class students, some would say being squeezed, to take advantage of a Michigan education and impact the economic diversity of the student body at a time of increasing hardship. So my vote today is for the student in Ann Arbor who works 3 jobs to pay for tuition, books, and rent, and the student in Dearborn who is working full-time, living at home to save money, paying her way through school, only to start her young life with tens of thousands of dollars in student loans. And for the parents of a freshman in Flint who may have lost a job and have had to refinance their home, or the student is forced to drop out. In all of my travels listening to leading academic leaders and participation in our retreats where academic leaders come speak, we've been told over and over that this business model is not sustainable and must change, or it will be forced upon us. In fact, the AAU produced a survey that indicated people are losing their confidence that a college education has value, and it is all around the cost. The continual raising of tuition is not sustainable. The business model is not sustainable. So I am going to encourage us to consider change. We are an extremely financially strong institution, so we're blessed with a lot of financial flexibility. That flexibility gives us the awesome ability to look at our financial situation through multiple lenses. And we have a brand new, but very experienced and creative chief financial officer. So my suggestions and solutions are as follows. Number 1, find new revenue sources to fund tuition. We need to be more innovative when addressing our finances and setting tuition. If we were as good at raising revenue streams as we are on raising tuition, our students would be far better off. Number 2, identify additional efficiencies that can be made at every level. We can be more efficient and should tenaciously strive for that. Number 3, contain and reduce costs by centralizing more administrative functions, enjoying economies of scale, and avoiding duplicate efforts and services. Number 4, conduct a very thorough review of our core mission and shed cash drains that are ancillary to our core mission. And number 5, conduct a very thorough review of areas that are of the highest cost. Is the cost benefit ratio still working? We need to be creative, innovative, and tighten our belts and make the same difficult sacrifices made every day by the hardworking people that attend our 3 campuses. We must set this as a top priority and be relentless about it. At the University of Michigan, our decisions will determine students' futures and our futures. We are the leaders and the best, so let's put our savvy and innovation to work for those who need it most. Let's choose change before change chooses us. At the University of Michigan, I believe we can do better and believe the time for change is now. So let's display for all to see what the Michigan difference truly is. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Regent Illich. Are there any questions or other comments about the budget?
Yes.
Regent Acker.
Thank you, President Coleman. A question of the provost or of Jeff. In some of the comments that we heard today were that 90% of students who from families who earn less than $125,000 will have no tuition increase. Can you explain that a little bit more?
So the data that I shared was that any in-state students who have financial aid will see no increase. And that's about 61% of the students.
Okay, so that's up to all the way up to $125,000 for family income?
Yeah, I didn't give you that figure, and I'm not sure exactly.
Okay.
Yes, 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 yes.
Oh, yes, yes. Thank God we still have her here.
I'll just speak loud. I think what you're talking about is up to 125,000. We know about 92% of those families get financial aid, and anyone who gets any financial aid, need-based financial aid, we cover that increase. And so those kind of percentages and those different ranges are actually available and transparent on the Go Blue Guarantee page. And I think that's probably where you're quoting. Yeah. So strong support. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anybody else? If not, is there a motion to approve the revenue and expenditure operating budgets for 2022-23, which includes all of the budgets presented today?
So moved.
There's second. We have a second. Any other discussion? I think I hear Regent Bernstein. Thank you very much. I'll now call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
And opposed?
No.
Thank you. The budget is passed. Thank you very much. We will now we'll move to our committee reports, and we have the Finance, Audit, and Investment Committee report from Regent Hubbard.
Yes, thank you. The Finance, Audit, and Investment Committee did meet and with members White and Brown, and we discussed enterprise resource planning, the overall budget, and the audit plan. Thank you.
Thank you. Committee on Flint and Dearborn, Regent Beam.
Thank you to President Coleman. The Committee on Flint and Dearborn, including all of the members of the board today, met with Chancellors Dutta and Grasso for a very productive discussion about the U of M Flint campus.
Thank you. Health Affairs Committee, Regent Brown.
Thank you. The Health Affairs Committee, including members Acker and Hubbard, met for an update on various matters impacting the health system. This included the nurses' contract negotiations and other ongoing issues, particularly around the emergency room and staffing issues generally. And I will repeat what I said in the last meeting. All of the employees at the University of Michigan are incredibly valuable and hardworking, but I think no one has a better job than those at the health system, particularly the nurses. And we thank you, and I'm humbled by the hard work and great work that you do. So thank you.
Thank you. Regent Acker.
Sorry, there's a lot of pages here.
Here, I got it.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. My apologies, President Coleman. A lot of pages today. The Regents' bylaws state that the positions of chair and vice chair rotate annually based on seniority until all members of the board have had the opportunity to serve as chair and vice chair. Following this provision, I'm honored to move the nomination, extremely honored to move the nomination of Regent Paul Brown as chair and Regent Sarah Hubbard as vice chair of the Board of Regents effective July 1st, 2022 and expiring June 30th, 2023.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve? And a second?
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Passes. We're now going to move to the regular business agenda.
I just want to say thank you,
I'm
Regent Acker.
sorry.
The pleasure is all mine.
As Regent Acker said, that it's just like being a boat owner. Your two favorite days are the day you become chair and the day you are no longer chair. And, besides many of the deficiencies I will have as comparing myself to Regent Acker, dress is just one of them.
I did ask Regent Brown if this was casual Regent's Day. So.
Thank you.
But in all kidding aside, you know, I've had the honor of working with both of you this year in your roles as committee chairs, and I couldn't be more excited. And not to mention that the university will be in incredible hands with the two of you, hopefully with our new president soon.
Thank you. We're now going to move to the regular business agenda and the consent agenda. The minutes and reports are on the website. There are a number of reports, and we will begin with the Dearborn campus report. Chancellor Grasso.
Thank you, President Coleman. As we continue to implement our strategic enrollment management plan, we do well with our incoming first-year students, but as community college enrollments decline, we are redoubling and strengthening our relationships with these schools and our potential transfer students. We've created Destination Dearborn, a new program for transfer students from two-year colleges. Highlights of the program earlier and more involved interactions with our admissions and advising office, clearer credit transfer guidelines and assistance with guaranteed admissions once certain criteria are met, access to some of our on-campus facilities and support systems, and additional targeted financial aid strategies. We will be piloting this program this coming year with Henry Ford College. And as a physical metaphor of this program, the president of Henry Ford College and I agreed to tear down that berm that separates our two colleges and build a walkway between the two. We plan to continue to extend this program to other community colleges. And finally, our Vice Chancellor for Institutional Advancement, Cassandra Ulbrich, received the Michigan American Council of Education 2022 Public Policy Pioneer Award this week. This award is given to a Michigan woman who advocated the causes of equality, dignity, and access, as well as encouraged women's voices in political decision-making. Cassandra also serves as a State Board of Education president. Brava, Cassandra, and go blue.
Great, thank you. We have the Flint campus report. Chancellor Dutta.
Pleased to share a few highlights from the Flint campus. Our College of Health Sciences has gained a strong reputation in allied health professions and is offering its first ever camp for high school students. The goal is to introduce them to a variety of health professions. In collaboration with the Genesee County Sheriff's Office, they will be simulating an accident in a campus parking lot, educating the students to various health professions that may be involved in the care of those in the car accident. School of Education and Human Services faculty member Sapna Thwaite will be a guest researcher and lecturer at the University of Greifswald in Germany, working with members of their leadership team, mentoring program for female, doctoral, postdoctoral, and junior faculty members. And finally, our MBA and MS in Leadership Organizational Dynamics students in the class of Professor Greg Lawrence Advanced Negotiation course. They are scheduled to interview Governor Whitmer as a part of their course to learn how COVID-19 pandemic has changed negotiation for business and political leaders. In this very interesting course, the students learned advanced technique and negotiation skills by negotiating with Professor Lawrence as to what work they must do to earn the grade for which they are aiming. Thank you.
Thank you. We have CSG President Noah Zimmerman, I believe, on the phone. Noah?
Hello. President Coleman, members of the Board of Regents, and the Michigan community, thank you so much for the opportunity to address you today and for the exception to address you virtually. My name is Noah Zimmerman, and I'm the CSG President for the 2022-2023 academic year. Throughout the year, our CSG executive team intends to develop solutions to issues directly impacting students' day-to-day lives. Our hope is to build upon CSG's previous efforts, as well as to expand the capacity we have to influence students on campus through collaborations with various departments and student organizations. This school year is one of transition, a year of transition to a new university president, a year of transition to in-person classes, and a year of transition from the pandemic. And we strive to foster a community that exemplifies the leaders and best mentality and empowers others to succeed. We hope to provide an opportunity to heal as a campus. Throughout the upcoming year, we hope to join you in this journey to make Michigan even better as we seek to address student concerns. We appreciate all that you've done to date to help students. My Vice President Jackie Hillman and I are eager to work with all of you to implement positive change, and we're always an email, phone call, or text message away. Thank you very much and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Noah. Personnel actions are in the materials. Personnel reports are in the materials. And retirement memoirs are in the materials. I now call on a vote for the consent agenda. Is there a motion? Second. All in favor? And opposed? Thank you very much. We'll now go to the finance and property agenda. The absolute return and alternative assessment is just in the for your information. We'll go to the planned uses of income from the Julian A. Wolfson and Marguerite Wolfson endowment funds for the fiscal year. Vice President Chattis.
Nothing to add, Madam President.
Alternative assets commitment.
Nothing to add.
Okay, I'm sorry, do they have to be separate? Sorry. Okay, we're going to vote on these two items together.
Second.
All in favor? And opposed? Thank you. Conflicts of interest. Items 4 through 11 are conflict of interest items, each of which requires 6 votes for approval. The regents have carefully reviewed all of these items and will consider them together as a block in one vote unless any regent requests individual consideration of or recusal from voting on a particular item. Does anyone have any questions about a particular item? Would any regents like to request recusal from voting on any item? I now call for a vote on items 4 through 11. Is there a motion to approve? So moved. Second? Show of hands. I have to do a roll call here, so I have to have a show of hands. We have 6 here, and we have Regent Illich on the phone, I believe.
Yes, aye.
Okay. Regent Bernstein? Not sure. Okay, we've got it. We've got the votes. Okay, so now we go to the Michigan Health Corporation Business Plan. We need to vote on that. Vice President Runge?
President Coleman, I'm seeking approval of the Michigan Health Corporation FY23 Business Plan. The Michigan Health Corporation Board of Directors, myself as the Michigan Health Corporation sole member representative, and the University of Michigan Health System Board have unanimously approved the FY23 Business Plan and recommended for approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion? Support? All in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Thank you. We have approval of the Regents meeting schedule for 2024 and 2025. Vice President Churchill? Nothing to add. We need a vote. All in favor? And opposed? Thank you. Thank you very much. We now have ended the regular business meeting, and we go to public comments. And Vice President Churchill.
Yeah. Thank you, President Coleman. We do have a number of speakers, and I will call our first speaker and ask our second speaker to kind of be in the queue and ready. Our first speaker is Zachariah Farah, and in the queue will be Brandon Ireland. Zachariah, you're welcome to begin.
Thank you very much. My name is Zachariah Farah, and I'm a recent graduate from LSA with a bachelor's in biochemistry and German. I served as the student body vice president for LSA, and I currently work for Michigan Medicine in cancer research. Having just been through 4 years of the U of M undergrad experience, I can tell you that under your leadership, our university has massively failed many of our students, staff, and faculty. I'm of course appreciative that you passed YDSA's $15 minimum wage proposal today, but this is frankly long overdue and should have extended to Dearborn immediately. And with the cost of food, rent, medicine, and energy skyrocketing right now, $15 isn't even enough anymore. According to the MIT Living Wage Calculator, the living wage for a single person in Ann Arbor has already increased to $18.53 an hour. I want to point out that our university needs to operate a food pantry for some of our students because they cannot afford to feed themselves. Another major failure under your leadership is on the issue of climate change. At this very meeting, you could have been proposing significant solar, wind, and geothermal projects, some of which were outlined in the PCCN report. But instead, you have turned to misleading and deceptive non-starters like DTE's My Green Power program and VPPA carbon offsets. Scope 1 emissions have barely decreased at all, in fact. And instead of wasting $15 million on the president's mansion, you should have been investing in a true living wage for all workers, decent conditions for our nurses, and renewable energy projects that will ensure that young people like me have a decent future. The Student Carbon Neutrality Network, which is here today, has pointed out that you have even failed to start the search for a permanent carbon neutrality executive. My ask of you today is to start this search process immediately with an official job description and a short list of 3 to 5 candidates compiled for when the next president takes office. We demand bolder climate action now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Our next speaker is Brendan Ireland, and LaShawn Jackson is in the queue.
Hello, my name is Brendan Ireland, and I'm an undergraduate student majoring in electrical engineering. I'm also the president of the Sierra Club here at the university, as well as the founder of the UMich Fridays for Future chapter, a member of the Student Sustainability Coalition Finance and Operations Board, and one of the head facilitators of SCAN, which is a network of student organizations aligned to achieve a just transition to carbon neutrality. I was born into the climate crisis. My formative years were molded by an ever-mounting realization of the existential threat that climate change poses to the whole of humanity. This crisis has shaped the way I see the world, how I assign value to aspects of my life, and how I think about the future. Frankly, the entire time that I've been politically conscious, I've had almost zero faith that we will avoid the billions of deaths that will come from a changing climate and a collapse of biodiversity on this planet. That is not an overreaction. The Guardian Climate Bomb report has made it crystal clear that change will not come from energy corporations, that world governments are too ineffective to stop these new projects that will use the world's remaining carbon budget over their lifetimes. New research on climate tipping points suggests that even the goal of limiting to 1.5 degrees of warming may have catastrophic runaway effects over the next few centuries, including the desertification of the Amazon, the melting of the permafrost, as well as the Greenland and Antarctic ice sheets. Honestly, it makes it pretty difficult for me to speak here with any sense of hope that I will be listened to. But right now, I need to be here because what happens at the university over the next decade has the potential to seriously change the trajectory of our society. The university needs to move on climate action with the urgency that meets the severity of the crisis, and that starts with getting someone into the carbon neutrality executive position that is willing to do so. This selection of this leader must be done quickly, yet effectively, to ensure that there will be a leader in place who is not afraid to make the changes that need to be made. So, my ask of you today is to start the search process immediately for the carbon neutrality executive leader with an official job description and a short list of 3 to 5 candidates when the next president steps in the door. Thank you.
Thank you. LaShawn Jackson, and after LaShawn is Ann Jackson.
Hello and good afternoon. My name is LaShawn Jackson, a rising junior in a program in the environment and a recent leader within the Student Carbon Neutrality Network, a network of student organizations aligned for a just transition to carbon neutrality. There was a comment made at the last Regents meeting that defended the university's progress towards carbon neutrality. Specifically, it alluded to the efficacy and productivity of our current advisors to the president and how their interim nature is not a hindrance to carbon neutral future for our university. I'm here today to challenge that. I don't have to describe the urgency of the climate crisis, nor do I have to explain the importance of leadership in the face of the harm it will inevitably cause. I'm confident that everyone in this room would have no problem doing that on their own. But there's a difference between knowing and understanding. And today I want you to understand. I am just 20 years old, yet I feel so much older. Growing up in the fear-driven aftermath of 9/11, in the era of a criminally increasing wealth gap, in the time of mass shootings every week, and the age of unchecked police forces and still in a global pandemic. All I have ever known is erratic leadership, inconsistent leadership, and weak leadership. So understand me when I say that I do not agree with the positive assessments of the CN executive when our PCCN goals are nowhere near accomplished. Understand me when I say that there is no reason that this leading public research institution won't even be advised by its own findings. Understand me when I say that those with the word executive in their job title should not solely rely on delegating to meet the expectations of the job description. But most importantly, please understand that after these 20 short yet impossibly long years, I still have so much more to go, and I'm expecting active and acceptable leadership along with it. So my ask of you today is to start the search process immediately for the special advisors to the president on carbon neutrality strategy with an official job description and a short list of 3 to 5 candidates compiled for when the next president steps into office. Thank you.
Thank you, LaShawn. We've got Ann Jackson speaking, and after Ann is Eva Schwartz.
Good afternoon. My name is Ann Jackson, a nurse at the University of Michigan, former president of the UMPNC, and an Ann Arborite. This is my community hospital. It's where I've worked for 38 years, but today I have grave fears that our community is at risk. For more than 2 years in the meat grinder of the COVID pandemic, nurses are exhausted. In March of 2020, we had to fight to get proper PPE and just to wear an N95 mask with every COVID patient. In June of 2020, to add insult to injury, Michigan Medicine then implemented austerity measures. I will never forget when the CFO gleefully talked about the upcoming opportunities. What he meant were layoffs. They cut 788 support staff, but not their workload. It has been and continues to be the nurses who have to pick up that slack to the detriment of both patients and nurses. Assignment despite objection forms is a discoverable form that nurses fill out whenever we have an unsafe assignment. Units that are short 1, 2, 5, 10 nurses per shift, caring for too many really sick patients at once, forced overtime, no meal or break in shifts that can last up to 16 hours, the charge nurse taking an assignment instead of being available to help in an emergency. Since the beginning of this year, nurses have submitted over 800 ADOs. I want to believe that Michigan Medicine aspires to be a high reliability organization, but the bedrock of reliability is listening to the people on the front line when they tell you we are headed for danger. As evidenced by the ADOs behind me, Michigan Medicine is not listening. Once upon a time, this hospital that I've called my community hospital for almost 6 decades cared about providing world-class patient care. The university is in strong financial position, yet I fear all it cares about is profit. Ironically, not only is it the patients who are suffering, but so will the profits when our reputation catches up with our reality. Over 4,000 UMPNC nurses have signed a petition and are united in demanding an end to the understaffing through safe and contractually enforceable nurse-patient ratios, fair compensation that recruits and retains nurses, and outpaces inflation, an end to the unsafe mandatory overtime. Nurses are committed to continuing to work in good faith at the bargaining table, but so far the university has not brought real solutions. Nurses need a contract that protects our patients. Thank you.
I'm going to call on Regent Illich, who wishes to make a comment, but first our next speaker is Eva Schwartz, and after that is Adam Paulson. Regent Illich?
Yes, and I can't see you, unfortunately. I'm on the screen due to an injury, but you and I have spoken to you multiple times, and I appreciate very much you coming here and sharing with all of us your concerns. I admire your tirelessness in advocating for our nurses who we value so much and honor your 38 years of experience. Please come back and continue to give us updates. We are being assured that these issues that you've outlined are being addressed, but please come back and keep us updated. And thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, our next speaker is Eva.
Hello and good afternoon. My name is Eva Schwartz, and I'm a proud recent graduate of the University of Michigan, where I studied evolution, ecology, and diversity, and program in the environment. I served as co-president of the chapter of Citizens Climate Lobby, and I currently work in fungal genetics research, also at Michigan. Through my University of Michigan classes, I dedicated my undergraduate career to understanding climate change, including its scientific causes, its social impacts, and how we can achieve both. In one class on agroecology, I got to interview the organic farmer I had worked for the summer before, and his response to one of my canned questions stuck with me. I asked, if you got a large grant to use however you wanted to on this farm, what would you do? He responded that in the past, he might have put it towards putting the farm on solar or increasing production capacity by installing a new hoop house. Instead, he said the last few years have been such an intense increase in rain events that he would spend the money on installing field drainage to save his crops from flooding. In fact, a paper from the University of Michigan Climate Center showed a 44% increase in precipitation and 41% increase in heavy precipitation events in the Ann Arbor area since 1951. The university is driving research that shows that we need to act, and it is training its students. It trained me on how to recognize and act on the pressing issues of our time, like climate change. Yet the university is sluggish to pursue straightforward steps on the way to carbon neutrality. We need to expedite this transition. An interim carbon neutrality executive and putting the onus on students to make UM sustainable through individual action is not enough. My ask of you today is to start the search process immediately for the special advisor to the president on carbon neutrality strategy with an official job description and a short list of 3 to 5 candidates compiled for when the next president steps into office. This is the kind of change the university needs to be leading with. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ava. Our next speaker is Adam Paulson, and after Adam is Alicia Hopkins.
My name is Adam Paulson. I work in the pediatric ICU at Michigan Medicine and have been a nurse for 13 years. 2 years ago, the management team called us heroes, offered us praise at every turn. Now they offer us contracts that cuts our protections, our patients' protections, and based on current inflation, a pay cut, all while getting 20% pay increases. We have 11 ICUs at the hospital that have lost 20 to 30% of their staff, and current contract proposals will do nothing to stop that. Management forces us to work mandatory overtime, 16-hour shifts, which forces us to choose between our patients and being there for our families. It's not safe for nurses or patients. One of my colleagues was so exhausted, totaled her car on the way home from a 16-hour shift. We want to end management's reliance on mandatory overtime. We lose 1 to 2 nurses a week, and it takes 20 weeks to train an ICU nurse. You can only train 20 to 25 nurses at a time. We have run out of experienced nurses to train the new ones. Our maximum census in the PICU is supposed to be 26 patients, but this week we can only hold 22 patients because we don't have enough nurses. People from around the country come to Michigan Medicine, and we simply can't take care of them because management won't fix the chronic understaffing, despite all of my union suggestions to fix the problems. Imagine a child comes to our emergency department and their condition dictates that they should be taken care of in the ICU, but I don't have a nurse available. I'd feel terrible if something went wrong in the ER. And as excellent as our ER staff is, they are not built to monitor ICU patients. Now imagine that's your family member who can't get the care they need. We have all the skills to save that child's life, but your management team is more focused on $1 billion tower than the patients we have now. We need your help. We just want to keep patients safe and valued while we take care of them. Your management team must remember that I am not a cost. I'm an investment. Nurses are an investment in this hospital and this community, and we deserve a contract that reflects that.
Thank you. I understand Regent Illich wishes to make a comment.
Yes, I just want to say, Adam, thank you for sharing your thoughts, and please continue to do so. Please continue to focus on safety, and thank you for your commitment to our hospital and to our patients.
Okay, Alicia Hopkins is speaking, and next up is Kevin Romanchik.
Good afternoon. My name is Alicia Hopkins, and I've been a registered nurse for over 15 years, and I have a certification in progressive care. I have extensive experience in cardiac care as a travel nurse and a staff nurse. I've been employed with Michigan Medicine for over 3 years. I had wanted to work at this hospital for years due to its amazing resources and reputations for excellent patient care, but unfortunately, things are different now. Sadly, Michigan Medicine used the pandemic to make drastic changes in staffing, and I can honestly say that this is the first time in my career that I've felt like leaving nursing, and I'm far from. I'm an experienced float nurse. On any given shift, I'm floated from one unit to another to fulfill gaps in staffing. Even with me, staffing is still not adequate, causing charge nurses to patient assignments along with other responsibilities. The staff are stretched too thin and the patient safety is at risk. Since the pandemic, the intensity of care patients need have dramatically increased. They are sicker, they are unstable. Because of insufficient staffing, we are seeing higher number of falls,
pressure ulcers, and other poor patient outcomes due to lack of resources. Patient and family members alike are upset that they're not getting the care that they need and they deserve, and they're taking it out on us, the bedside nurses. Over time, this has led to a high incidence of moral injury for the nursing staff. We are devastated. I speak for all nurses when I say that I am frustrated with how Michigan Medicine is handling the staffing crisis. Throughout the pandemic, we had put our lives in danger to do what we do best, and that's taking care of our patients. We are tired of a system that exploits our skills and our compassion to increase their bottom line. We are advocating for a contract that has enforceable nurse-to-patient ratios so we can give the patients the high-quality care that this institution has been known for. We need a contract that protects our patients and invests in nurses who are the backbone of this health system. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Alicia. We have a comment from Regent Illich.
Thank you, Alicia, for your comments. I agree with you that nurses are the backbone of our hospital, and thank you for coming forward. Please continue to keep us updated. Thank you.
Kevin, before you start, I'm just going to say that Maxwell Joseph is on deck. Thank you. No, Kevin, you can start now. Sorry, just trying to keep it moving a bit. Sure. So please.
Good afternoon. I came to Michigan Medicine in the adult ER in 2016. We were at the top of the nursing pay scale with incomparable benefit packages, coupled with the ability to learn to care for very complex patients. Fast forward to now, my ER waiting room continues to overflow with those same complex patients, now with wait times upwards of 5 hours or more. I remember when 20 plus patients waiting for a room was alarming. Now to normalize having record highs as large as 82 patients lining the hallways with just a handful of nurses to manage them. In light of recent events in Texas and Tulsa, there are growing concerns about our safety, while stories of physical and verbal abuse to our staff mount. The loss of 38 techs at the height of our pandemic in our ER, a large constant influx of travel nurses making nearly 3 times our pay when we've never needed travel nurses since I started in our ER. Our responsibilities as emergency room workers have continued to rise, while our compensation loses ground, on top of experienced staff leaving for more lucrative opportunities, all of which threaten patient safety and outcomes daily. I worry for our young physicians, nurses, techs, PAs, and most important of all, our patients that have long benefited from experienced staff to care for them. I'm proud to be an ER nurse here. I'm proud of the incredible care this health system provides and don't want the standard that I was hired into to diminish. And that's why I'm here speaking to you today, to advocate for a contract that reflects the talent of the nursing care that we provide daily and our patients deserve.
Thank you. Regent Illich?
Yes, Kevin, I just want to thank you for coming forward. I share your concern about issues in ER and wait times. We've had a lot of conversations about it. We're being assured that these issues are going to be addressed. So please keep us updated on any the improvements I'm hoping that you will see. Thank you.
Maxwell Joseph?
Good afternoon. My name is Maxwell Joseph. I've been a nurse here at the University of Michigan for the better part of 12 years, and I've worked in the operating rooms the entire time. I'd like to start by highlighting a recent ad campaign that many of my colleagues have been targeted with. It simply states, inflation increased the prices of everything. Has your pay gone up? This is an ad campaign from the university. This is not only disappointing, but insulting. The very organization putting this out is the same organization essentially presenting a 3% pay cut to nurses. And these are nurses that have kept your hospital and healthcare centers afloat during the last 2 years and longer than that. In the best of times, short staffing and mandated hours and shifts are commonplace. And then the pandemic hit. I watched our OR units staffing plummet due to burnout related to short staffing and watched colleagues leave for more lucrative opportunities at different organizations. In a recent staff meeting, a representative from the administration informed us that our increased hours and days are now necessary to pay for the new tower. I tried to explain that nothing is done about wages and retention. There won't be enough staff to even staff this new building. So I'm here today to simply ask you to invest in your nurses. We've been here the whole time and we'll continue to be here for our patients in this institution, but we need your support. Now is the time to act for safe staffing, fair compensation and retention, and an end to burnout and mandatory overtime. Thank you.
Regent Illich.
Thank you, Maxwell. Thank you for coming forward and thank you for sharing your thoughts. And please come back and give us an update on the progress of the contract negotiations. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Patricia Miley, and after Patricia is Joseph Labenzinski. Patricia?
Good afternoon. My name is Pat Miley. I'm a pediatric RN employed at Briarwood Pediatrics for over 20 years. All around U of M, we see these signs, email on the board, flashing at us. When you see something, speak up. There will be no retaliation. I found this to be very questionable. Every time I see it, I feel pretty ill. And the reason I'm here is a story for you. Very similar to all the sexual abuse cases with the physician and the provost, there are emotional abuse cases that are going on every day on every unit, on every floor. It's rampant. It's happened to me, to every nurse that I know. We talk about it quite a bit and we say this goes on because it's allowed. So a very quick story. I have 4 daughters that are all nurses, 2 are CRNAs. My one daughter, who wanted nursing more than anything, is a peds nurse. She worked at Mott for 8 years, loved it, loved her patients, had a big binder full of kudos from patients' families of her care, and also coming on days that she didn't have them to spend time with them. She had to leave for a medical leave due to a divorce and other things, and she lost a fair amount of weight. She came back to this unit and she was immediately bullied and harassed. You can't go out into the unit till you drink this milk to prove to us you're not anorexic. We're not going to hold your pager. On breaks, we want to see you eat. Following her around, telling her she was unsafe. This is what the nurse manager told us, to watch you. And she was assigned patients in 2 halls to be running back and forth, which is what no one did. She tried settling this herself and explaining to the nurses, I'm not anorexic, I'm stressed, I'm trying to get better. She went to the nurse manager who said, go out with them at night, maybe things will get better. My daughter also found she was placed on midnights and she found several of the nurses different nights were asleep under the little warm blankets. She brought this up to the nurse manager and said, didn't you tell them it was against our policy? It's a totally ineffective 35-year nurse manager who is well known for this.
Your time is up, so I am going to ask you to wrap it up, please.
Okay.
There's 2 minutes per speaker and you're past.
All right, do I get another minute or?
I'd like you to wrap it up. No,
Okay.
We're trying to be fair to everybody. So.
Right, sorry. To wrap it up, she mainly posted for a position. She was taken, agreed to go to outpatient pediatric transplant the following day, and she was scandalized. So the nurses on this unit were prisoners on the unit. They could only leave once this manager left. I work with 2 of them right now. We hope someone will hear this and know that this is going on every day, and it's very sorrowful in our family. This shouldn't have happened. We have big consequences. Thank you for receiving all my emails prior to this. It'll give you the whole story.
Thank you very much. We did pass your emails on. Joseph is next, and after Joseph is Vasu Estada.
Good afternoon. My name is Joseph Lobajinsky, and I'm a recent graduate of the University of Michigan's College of Literature, Science, and the Arts with a bachelor's in political science. I took the day off from work and drove all the way down from the Saginaw area because I wanted to speak to you all today about an issue that importance to me as a new alum, as well as many of the students who are attending and working at the University of Michigan at all 3 campuses. And that issue is raising the campus minimum wage to $15 an hour for all student workers at the University of Michigan, all 3 campuses. As you already know, the price of almost everything is increasing. Gas is on average well over $5 per gallon. Food prices have gone up over 11% in just the last 12 months. And the average rent in Arbor has risen to nearly $1,800 a month. This means that under the previous wages, working students would have to work more hours just to make the same amount to afford these things, taking time out of their lives that we would otherwise use for academics and well-meaning extracurriculars. With the cost of living rising, wages for students and temporary workers must also rise so that the purchasing power of students working while attending this university is constant with the price of living. I support the $15 student minimum wage, as I believe it is not only the necessary thing to do, but the right thing to do at this important moment of time. So I thank you for doing that, but if I got a few more seconds, I think you should come to the bargaining table with these folks. Honestly, they're nurses. When they say that you got to do something, you probably should do it. Yield back my time.
Thank you. Our last speaker is Rasu Athana.
All right, thank you everyone for giving me the opportunity to speak here today. My name is Vishu Asthana. I'm a resident physician at Michigan Medicine. I'm here to discuss ongoing efforts to improve voting access for patients and healthcare providers at Michigan Medicine. Individuals with illness or disability and individuals with prohibitive work schedules, including healthcare workers, represent two groups which consistently show lower than average rates of registration and voting. We propose a simple initiative to improve voting access to both of these groups at Michigan Medicine, borrowing from already established models. First, like was done at UMA during the 2020 election cycle, we propose establishing a physical space within high traffic areas of the hospital, which functions as a one-stop shop to help patients and their families and care workers as well to register and vote. The UMA model was successful in enabling a large fraction of the U of M community to register and vote and show that proximity and ease of access is key to improving voter registration. It should be noted that the proposed physical space does not require the hospital to expend any money, personnel, or resources and is entirely apolitical. Second, we hope to bring Vote ER, a mobile platform which directly integrates voter registration into the healthcare delivery system, to Michigan Medicine. Vote ER has already successfully been adopted in other top institutions such as Harvard, Duke, and UPenn. We have received considerable support from multiple stakeholders in the institution, including physicians, residents, social work, the Office of Patient Experience, and the law school, to name a few. Yet our efforts to implement these benign but critically important interventions has met with resistance in Michigan Medicine leadership without a clear and consistent reason as to why. It is unfortunate that after 1 year of working on this, we still do not have clarity as to why our proposal has not yet been adopted. Regent Brown has been helping in these efforts, which we truly appreciate. But with the approaching midterm elections, we're hoping that the board as a whole can bring more rapid and real change. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Regent Acker.
Thank you, President Coleman. I want to thank all of our speakers today, especially our nurses. As Regent Brown said before, we value you, and as I've said to both the administration and to our nurses, we hope that you continue bargaining at the table to reach a fair agreement. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and our meeting is adjourned.